until.
Minutes on the clock?
Yeah.
So we got 20 minutes. I couldn't find a way. I couldn't find where to do it. And then up on the keyboard it shows. I just couldn't tell if it was working. Here. Oh, you found it? Cool. Okay.
Do we have to stick to this exactly?
Nope. I want you to just run it. Read through it. Make sure we don't miss anything. Make sure you're in touch with Jeff below. So and
Jeff, can you hear me?
turn it on. Does he have it? I'll go down. I'll go down and ask him to. Well, he's probably figured he's got half an hour.
Yeah.
So all we have to do is make sure that camera at halftime is on whatever's happening. And that camera. And then again, 3 minutes on the clock after halftime ends, we need to get a crowd. Tell Jeff I got your crowd shot. He'll superimpose the smile.
Okay, so wait 3 minutes after the show.
After when they put the 3 minutes back up on the clock, say Jeff, I got your crowd shot. Then he can put it up and he'll tell you when to take it down. You're on the hero cam. I mean, camera. Yep.
All right, sounds good.
And Ruben will direct you or whatever. Hello.
All right, sounds good.
I may have to leave.
Okay.
I'm in trouble at Valley. If I leave, we'll just take that camera and go super wide.
Okay.
At least he's got a fallback, and then
Sounds good.
See?
No problem.
Did you get food?
Yeah, already. I'm good.
Okay. I'm going to get a hold of Justin and see if they have issues at Waukee at Valley.
What?
They were spinning off the coach.
So I went over for lunch today, and I didn't want to get a full Jimmy John's. They got those new baby sandwiches.
Yeah.
So I ordered one, and the guy looks at me and goes, you know, what's a kid's sandwich? I said, yeah, that's what I want. Okay. Because I didn't want a full one because I knew I'd be eating later. And
Yeah.
Do you guys know what your keys to the game are?
the Mohawks. Oh, keys to game?
I mean, if you don't
Oh, yeah, I can give you some here. Get to business.
just to introduce the coach.
Whenever, just before the game. Yes.
Your pregame stuff, like when
10, 10, with 10 on the clock.
So like quarter till and run some spots.
Yeah.
Whatever. Actually, you can start doing all that stuff right now. Oh, did you see they're open? You save that. That would be the last thing. It's awesome.
It's got an awesome voice track on it, I can tell you that.
Central Bank is proud to support the unmatched spirit of sportsmanship and hard work exemplified by our local athletes. We're fans of high school sports and the way the big game and hometown team rally a community. Best of luck to all of today's competitors. Play hard, have fun, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology.
High-quality beef doesn't have to come with a high price. High-V Angus Reserve. It's 100% natural, hand-selected, pure quality beef. The cuts are tender and the price is lean. We choose our beef knowing what will deliver the best flavor and most tenderness. So now, going out for a great steak can be as simple as going out to your grill. High-V Angus Reserve. Dinner out just became dinner in.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Schottenkirk Ford Indianola's kickoff event this month only. Take $16,000 off MSRP on every brand new 2019 Ford F-150 Crew Cab XLT 4x4 in stock. Plus, first responders receive an additional $1,000 bonus cash on new 2019 F-150 Super Duty, Expedition, and Ranger. New 2019 Fusion and Escape starting at just $18,999. Ford fans drive to Indianola to buy Fords. A kickoff event. Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
You don't have to go to Hy-Vee Market Grill to get Hy-Vee Market Grill. Now get Hy-Vee Market Grill delivered. Choose from the best burgers in town, delicious steaks, seafood, appetizers. There's nothing mini about the Hy-Vee Market Grill menu, and it's all delivered to your door. Save time and save the day, or at least dinner. Just order on the Hy-Vee Market Grill app. Hy-Vee Market Grill. We deliver delicious.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier.
You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Save thousands in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevy, Waukee. 2019 Silverado 1500 Double Cab up to 25% off. 2019 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab, LT or RST up to 20% off MSRP. Or up to $5,000 off plus 0% for 72 months. We're in a position to give you more for your trade in Waukee. 2019 Colorado up to $7,000 off. Or $5,000 off plus 1.9% for 60 months. Or 2.9% for 72 months. These won't last. Schottenkirk Chevy, Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Mason City has been a program that we've played for a number of years, of course, in the old conference and now in the district season. They are a familiar foe for us. This year, Mason City has a new look about them. Coach Cruzy taking over the reins as the head coach there. In watching them on film, a couple of things stand out. They are a young squad. They are also extremely well coached, and you can see in the techniques that they use and all the things that they're doing that they're a program that's going to be on the rise, which should come as no surprise to anyone who's followed Coach, who has had a history of turning programs around. And we know they're at the beginning of that process, but they're also making some progress this year in that regard. In looking at this week's game plan, I think what you'll find from us is we're trying to establish balance on both sides of the ball, finding things that have worked well for us, continuing to advance those, and finding
different. Direct your attention to the 50-yard line for a special recognition. Okay. Joining Waukee High School Activities Director tonight's Elite High Player Student Athlete of the Week, Maddie Kemp. Maddie's a senior member of the fifth-ranked Waukee girls swim team. Maddie swims on 2 relays, ranked in the top 4 in the state, and is also ranked individually in both the 200 freestyle and 200 individual medley. In the classroom, Maddie maintains a 3.731 cumulative GPA. Her future plans include attending a Minnesota State University to pursue a degree in business administration. Congratulations, Maddie Kemp, tonight's Elite High Player, Student Athlete of the Week.
Central Bank is proud to support the unmatched spirit of sportsmanship and hard work exemplified by our local athletes. We're fans of high school sports and the way the big game and hometown team rally a community. Best of luck to all of today's competitors. Play hard, have fun, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Mason City has been a program that we've played for a number of years, of course, in the old conference and now in the district season. They are a familiar foe for us. This year, Mason City has a new look about them. Coach Cruzy taking over the reins as the head coach there. In watching them on film, a couple of things stand out. They are a young squad.
they are also extremely well coached, and you can see in the techniques that they use, in all the things that they're doing, that they're a program that's going to be on the rise, which should come as no surprise to anyone who's followed Coach, who has had a history of turning programs around. And we know they're at the beginning of that process, but they're also making some progress this year in that regard. In looking at this week's game plan, I think what you'll find from us is we're trying to establish balance on both sides of the ball, finding things that have worked well for us, continuing to advance those, and finding different ways to move the ball around the field from a number of different players this week. And defensively, looking at a couple of new looks from a personnel perspective, as well as a few of the things that we'll do. We're excited about getting out there on the field tonight and having a chance to put all that into action. Homecoming, of course, is a very special game for us every year, and just as the name suggests, a great opportunity to catch up with some old friends and to make some new ones. We always are thrilled to see some of the alumni coming home, some of the folks from the community getting back together with one another, and that makes it very exciting, and of course for the kids.
Waukee High School football on the Central Iowa Sports Network. CISN.TV is the state's premier source for high school sports streaming.
Cut! Touchdown, Waukee! Waukee on the throw. Randall complete for the first down.
Waukee football on CISN.TV is brought to you by Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Shields, the Better Business Bureau, Central Bank, and Mid-American Energy. Now, let's go to our CISN.TV crew for Waukee High School football. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Waukee High School. Here in the press box, Dar Danielson alongside Joe Danielson as we get ready to start district football play here tonight. Waukee hosting Mason City. And Joe, we've had the first 4 games opening up, and now it's time to get down to the nitty-gritty and the work. And no matter what you did in that early part of the season here, if you go through and win your district, the winner of the district automatic bid to the playoffs.
Yep, a rough start for both of these teams here to begin. Waukee at 1-3, while Mason City is sitting at winless at 0-4. Both looking to get that first district win and get that season turned around here tonight.
And you look across District 6 here, you got Indianola and Johnston both at 2-2. 1-3 for Des Moines East, 1-3 for Ottumwa, 1-3 for Waukee, so, and 0-4 for Mason City. So every team in this district can say, okay, look across there. There's nobody that's set the world on fire, although we can talk a little bit about the strength of schedule for Waukee, but really everybody out there in this district has got to think, I got a chance right now.
Yep, 2 close losses to Dowling and Southeast Polk early on in the year. However, they're only about 1 game back after tonight in District 6, so it should be an interesting rest of the season.
Yeah, the worst loss coming against Valley, and that was a game that was pretty close until the second half. Drove down to start the second half, had a field goal blocked, and then things kind of got away from them there. So a chance here tonight
to turn things around and get started in district play. You win your district, and you get the bid to the playoffs automatic. If you don't win your district, then there's the RPI formula that they use now, and I'm not going to go into all that because I don't know exactly how it all works out. But anyway, so a good chance here to start over tonight. Let's talk a little bit as we go through about our keys to victory tonight for these two teams. And the first one for Waukee is get to business. This is homecoming, but it's not about the festivities, it's about the football game, so you got to kind of block all that stuff out.
Yep, and they're looking to start early. The weather is cleared off. The field should be all nice and dry, so we're looking to use both weapons through the air and on the ground here tonight, and yeah, they got to get started early in the game.
No turnovers is our second key. Turnovers have been the thing that has hurt them in the close games against Dowling and Southeast Polk, and then also in the loss to Valley. And they've only had, I think, they got their first pick last week, and they didn't have any turnovers until then. So, you know, you want to be, they're on the negative side of that turnover for Waukee. They want to get back on the plus side.
Yep, and that was something they did well last year, as you see Rich Randall there with 5 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. He's looking to get back on the road here against the Mohawks secondary.
Then finish. You come in tonight, and it might be easy to say, okay, we're playing a team that's 0-4, it's homecoming. We're just going to walk through this. But you, as we found out, you have to come out and you have to play these games, and you have to put it all on the field, don't you?
Yep, and well, both near the end of this game, see, one of the things that could happen is both teams could realistically end with a 1-4 record if Mason City pulls off the upset here tonight. But yeah, for Waukee, they can't come out and get a lead and then relax. They're going to have to come out and close the game.
And you mentioned a good point there about Mason City. They're 0-4, but, you know, how big would it be to come in here to Waukee and you know, and it'd be easy for Waukee to say, well, we've been close and we played these tough teams close, but you can't, you know, sit back and say, hey, we're just going to take Mason City lightly, can you?
Yep, both teams really in the same scenario here, as they have a chance to right the ship here tonight on homecoming for Waukee. And, you know, Mason City had the long drive, and I think all they want to head home with a W.
We talked a little bit about the players and the weapons. I know Mason City's had some injuries, too. Looking at what the coach sent me, quite a few injuries for them. A few here for Waukee on the season. But the key players, the core players, Randall, you know, Sadat, the tight end, the Sam Odell, the running back Lindquist, you know, they've done well, and their defense has been a strong point for them too this year already.
Yep, with Simon Lofsgaard leading the team in tackles, right there with Joe Morrison and Cole Spikesma.
Yeah,
there you go. And then on the opposite side for Mason City, on defense, Alex Kinney, Taylor Warple, Parker Leon leading the team in tackles. And a sack there for Tyler Warple. We're looking for him on the line for the Mohawks.
All right, we're about ready to get started here on homecoming night at Waukee. A lot of festivities, things planned. Everybody ready to go for this. And the weather looks like it's cloudy out there, but looks like it's going to hold off. We shouldn't have any rain, hopefully, for the game here tonight. So let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll come back with more of the pregame and get ready for the kickoff here on CISN.TV.
Waukee High School has committed itself to maintain the highest level of sportsmanship possible at
all athletic events.
To achieve this goal,
Waukee High School is asking every Warrior fan to treat our visitors
in the same manner we would like the Warriors to be treated when they're away from home.
And secondly, for each of us to be courteous and considerate
of our neighbors in the stands.
So let the players play. Let the coaches coach.
And let the officials officiate.
Be a good sport. Go Warriors.
Sponsored by Athletico, Waukee Sports team athletic training provider.
Central Bank is proud to support the unmatched spirit of sportsmanship and hard work exemplified by our local athletes. We're fans of high school sports and the way the big game and hometown team rally a community. Best of luck to all of today's competitors. Play hard, have fun, and make something great happen. Central Bank, member FDIC.
Waukee coming out on homecoming night. You see them in their dark uniforms here. And the band, and Mason City on the far side as we get set, get kicked off, get started here for football. And talking about district play, we're looking at some of the other districts, Joe. And District 1, Ankeny up on top there at 2-2. You got Dowling Catholic with at 3-1, Sioux City East at 3-1. In that district, in District 2, Ankeny Centennial at 3-1, Roosevelt at 3-1. You got both Fort Dodge and Marshalltown at 4-0 in that district. District 3, Cedar Falls at 4-0. Dubuque Senior at 3-1. In District 4, Davenport North at 3-1. In District 5, Bettendorf at 3-1. And Cedar Rapids Kennedy at 3-1. We talked about District 6 here. Ames are in the District 7. That's an interesting District 2. Council Bluffs Thomas Jefferson at 2-2. They're at Valley tonight. Valley at 4-0, top-ranked team. So a matchup there with Valley. Urbandale at 2-2. So a lot of stuff going on here in the early going of district play, but you can wipe all that out, get a clean slate, and you get started here tonight in district play as they're out. And I forgot to watch. Did you see how the coin toss went? We'll have to figure that out as we go along.
Waukee is kicking.
We're kicking it. Did they defer? I think they probably did. So set for football here. Waukee at 1-3. Mason City coming in at 0-4.
And you can see kind of already, you mentioned injuries earlier for Mason City. The sideline is looking a little
thin over there, isn't it?
Thin for them. Yeah, a couple of guys over on crutches. A couple of guys helping out with the waters and the equipment. We'll be back there. Will be Reed Johnson will be the deep man for the Mohawks.
Reed Johnson back there. Chris Keller also back deep.
Moving on for Waukee, number 3, Cade Jaden. Deep to receive for the Mohawks. Number 10, Reed Johnson. Number 18, Benjamin Amundsen. And number 27, Chris Keller.
Benjamin Amundsen also back there. As Cade Jaden will boot it away here once he gets it set up, and we'll be ready for homecoming football here at Waukee. Big crowd obviously on hand for Waukee for homecoming night. Here's the kick. Going to come down and it'll hit, and as soon as it gets in the end zone, it's a touchback. So Mason City will start out first and 10 at the 20 to get the game underway. Jeffrey Scogan, the sophomore quarterback. Chris Keller will be the running back. Lyndon Reynolds, Brock Birding, Carter Gorder, Caden Brager, and Malachi Alcala. The line across the front comes out with 2 receivers to each side and hands it off right up the middle is Chris Keller.
Chris Keller on the carry. Tackle by Hunter Arndt, number 95.
Connor Arndt on the tackle, a pickup of 1 or 2, we'll call it. Arndt had interception against Valley.
2nd and 8 for the Mohawks.
In their last ball game. 2nd and 8, same formation here. Keller now goes to the right of Scogan. He drops back, wings it out there, has a man, and he's dropped quickly. Carter Thomas. He's their leading receiver as far as yardage goes and touchdowns, 2 touchdowns. So
be 3rd and 5.
Yep. Pickup of 3, so 3rd and should be a manageable 5. But the thing is, you got to get down beyond that first down marker here.
4 wide receivers for the Mohawks.
And rolling under pressure. Going to try to turn the corner, and they close on him. Aaron Smith rudely takes him out of bounds for Waukee.
Aaron Smith, number 5. 4th down, Mason City.
So the Waukee defense comes out and does what it needs to do to start out here.
Eric Lensing, number 90, is in punt formation for Mason City.
And Joe Morrison dropping back
Joe Morrison, number 21, is deep to receive for the Warriors.
to receive the punt for Eric Lensing. He's averaging 21 yards on a punt. He's their punter and their place kicker.
And Morrison's returned 3 punts so far this year for 15 yards. 5 yards. Punt.
This one, he takes it at the 46, gets by a tackler, now cuts it outside, tries to turn the corner, and is spun around and down there by Logan Young.
Punt return. Spun down by number 26, John Zimmerman. Warriors' first drive begins at the Mason City 32.
So 1st and 10 at the 32 for Waukee here, just underway. Mitch Randall comes out with trips to the right. One receiver to the left, hands off to Lindquist. And then double, hits it back to Odell. Odell will throw it over to Randall. Touchdown! Warriors on the reverse pass. Sam Odell passes it to Randall.
Yep, a 32-yard completion for a touchdown on the flea flicker, or the end around.
Reverse end around flea flicker, I guess you call that, don't you?
Yep, and they're going to first, that's how Waukee wanted to get going there. As the key to the game right there is to start early, and first play is a touchdown. The extra point is good. That'll set the lead up 7-0 Waukee.
So it'll be a 32-yard PAT was good. We'll take a break, be back with a kickoff after this.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology.
Back here at Waukee. Waukee takes it one play, 10 seconds, 32 yards, and a touchdown. On the handoff to Lindquist, he gave it back to Odell. And credit Sam Odell, Joe. He had to get out of a little pressure there and throw it to Randall, who broke off the left side.
Yep, and he shook the tackle and was able to just throw it across his body there to the far left corner of the end zone.
So we're back to where we started. And Chris Keller back deep at the 3 for Mason City. Kate Jaden kicks it, and it's over his head, but he'll go into the end zone, so a touchback.
Touchback by the kicker, Kate Jaden.
And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 20 once again for Mason City. And we really didn't get a chance to see a whole lot on offense. They ran a couple passes. Well, I guess a run, a pass, and then a scramble by their quarterback. So we'll see if maybe they talked about it, can figure a little something else out here against this Waukee defense.
Yep, and I think that 3rd down run was a designed run from the start.
Here's Scogan, the quarterback. Hands it off to Keller. Keller gets some good yardage up to about the 15 or 25.
And took a big hit from Joe Morrison and kept going. Morrison brings him down.
But that's a good 1st down play to pick up 5. Makes it 2nd and 5 at the 25. Mohawks in white on the right of your screen. Waukee in the dark uniforms to the left. Same formation here again. This time Keller to the right. And they throw it out to the wing there, looking for room, and he's tackled before he can get started. Reed Johnson. And he'll lose that 5 they picked up on the first.
Say they'll lose the 4.
They're going to mark him. Yeah, they're going to mark him loss of 4.
From the Mason City 21.
So 2nd and 9 at the 21. So they got to find something to neutralize that speed of Waukee right now, don't they?
Yep, having some success up the middle with 2 nice 5-yard runs.
Here's a handoff, and this time they're right there to meet him behind a line of scrimmage. And Keller will lose 2.
Zimmerman on the carry, number 26.
Or excuse me, that was Zimmerman in there.
Hunter Art, number 95. And Cole Spikesman, number 41.
And Spikesman, one of them in there on the tackle.
We saw there the size of Waukee getting into the backfield of Mason City, wreaking havoc, causing a little bit of trouble.
Well, Morrison back deep to receive at the 49. Good snap, pressure on, good punt is off. He'll call the fair catch and take it up at the 43.
Fair catch by Joe Morrison.
I'll mark it at the 42.
From the Mason City 42.
So 1st and 10 at the 42. Here for Waukee. Now they come out with a bunch to the right of 4 receivers and 1 to the left. They throw it back to Smith, and Smith jukes and gets through the tacklers and is able to, well, he's still going, and they almost pull his shirt off, but he ends up making what would have been a sure loss into a gain there, Joe.
Yep, and he did a lot of dancing around there. You think he was just waiting for that window to open.
And
bring up 2nd and 4.
So we're seeing a lot of different stuff out of Waukee here in the early going. This time they come out with Lindquist up there in the slot, and they hand off to Smith. Smith is going to cut it outside to the 20. 15, has a blocker, and he'll be finally pushed out of bounds about the 12-yard line.
That's number 5, Aaron Smith on the run for the Warriors. Tackle made by number 4, Alex Kenny. Game, 1st and 10 for the Warriors.
Pick up 25, 1st and 10 at the 11.
Has entered. Ivy red zone.
For Waukee. Mitch Randall in there, has Lindquist with him. Receiver to each side. Sadat over on the left side. He comes in motion across the formation. Looking for Sadat. Hits Sadat. Sadat will turn it up and get a few yards, but a good defense out there by
Jeffrey Shogun on the stop against number 2.
Jeffrey Shogun.
Shogun,
the quarterback. He's playing both positions here tonight. Defensive back and cornerback.
It'll be 2nd and 6. Pitch out to Lindquist. Lindquist turns it up and he'll run it in from 7 yards out.
Touchdown run by number 26, Alex Lindquist.
And we saw there Scogan playing defensive back as well as quarterback. On their roster here, they have James Jennings playing a significant amount of quarterback this season. Did he get injured?
I'm not sure on that. I didn't get a chance to talk to the coach here, but I know they've had I'd have to check. He sent me a sheet, too, of the injured.
And Waukee just misses the extra point off the right upright. No good.
And that is the first one that Kate Jaden has missed this season. So we'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules, they're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology.
Here at Waukee, Warriors have held and scored twice on Mason City. Joe, here's maybe where, if you're Mason City, you're hoping Kate Jaden doesn't kick it in the end zone, you get a chance to return it. Maybe you got to break a play here on special teams, but Jaden missed his first PAT in 5 tries. There with that one, hitting the upright.
Up and for Mason City here, they want to get it out of the trap of their own side of the field, get some positive yards moving.
Reed Johnson is deep to receive, number 10.
And he's in the end zone again. It'll be a touchback, so 3 kickoffs, 3 touchbacks. And Mason City will take over again here. First and 10 at the 20.
First and 10 for the Mohawks from the Mason City 20.
Dropping back, looking. Throws it out, has a man. Is that Johnson? Reed Johnson? Or no, that was 20. Is that 20 or 10? Yeah, it was Minor, number 20, not 10. Corey Minor with the catch. So, again, they've had some good first down plays, Joe. Now they just got to follow through here. They got a pickup of 6 there.
Yep, and Scogan has started 3 of 3 so far, but he's got only 5 yards to show for it.
Yeah, a couple of those, that swing pass out there, they recognized real early. That time he got a little bit of time to throw. Almost a jump there. Now he barely had time to throw, and he got rid of it just as he got hit to Carter Thomas. He had another second there, and I think he hits Thomas, and Thomas is around the edge.
Yep, and I think was that Reed Johnson, or he's throwing to Carter Thomas?
Carter Thomas, I think.
Yep. With the pressure there for Waukee, Chase Evanson.
We want to make sure that you know that you're welcome to sit in the visitors' grandstands tonight, too, if you're having trouble finding a seat. So, Waukee fans, please feel free to sit on the visitors'
3rd and 4 at the 26.
Coming in and finding a seat with our overflow crowd tonight. And thanks for your support.
For Mason City, the Mohawks.
3rd and 4 for the Mohawks.
Again, 2 receivers to each side for Scogan. Hands it off, up the middle, plowing ahead, and just could not get ahead of steam. Got a yard. He needed 4, though. So they will punt once again, but
4th down for Mason City.
It's been the most fruitful series so far, Joe.
Eric Lansing, number 90.
Up again, they just get some good punt coverage on this. Make sure that Waukee doesn't start off with the ball in their territory again here.
Joe Morrison back deep, the single safety back there for Waukee, waiting for the Eric Lensing punt. Good snap, and he booms it up. Going to drop and get a Mason City roll to go out of bounds at the 44, so the first time they'll start in their own territory.
Around the 43-yard line. 1st and 10 Warriors.
Mark it at the 43, I guess.
Waukee's so far here, they've been focused on spreading out the Mohawks defense and getting them tired as they've conceded, a couple of players playing two ways here tonight for Mason City.
Fake to Lindquist. Looks across the middle. Sadat and off his hands. And could have put a little more air under that probably, huh?
Yep, and he was wide open that time. He had a lot of room to run.
Sadat, 6'2", 207-pound junior. Now they'll send Sadat out to the left as they send Trips to the left. And hand off to Lindquist. Lindquist looking for room. Cuts it up the seam. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, and he'll be knocked out of bounds on the far side.
Yep, a nice big run and downfield blocking.
Dante Arts also went on the tackle, number 17.
It makes it
Waukee Warrior
first and 10 at the 44.
The Hy-Vee red zone.
And fake. Randall will keep it himself. Cuts it outside. Touchdown, Mitch Randall. 14-yard touchdown run.
Randall, that'll be his second rushing touchdown of the season. So Randall now in this game has rushed for a touchdown and caught a touchdown. Has not thrown one at that quarterback position so far here tonight.
Yeah, that first one on the double reverse. And Sam Odell threw him the ball for the touchdown. And Kate Jaden back out. Holcomb, the holder. Now Holcomb has trouble there, and he'll be tackled.
Number 7, Jacob Holcomb, was brought down on that extra point attempt.
So that'll stay at 19-0
And that makes the score
here.
Waukee 19.
So that's there's one thing there that we kind of talked about in the pregame is not only finishing, but finishing correctly. Coach has not got to not like that, missing 2 extra points.
And those mistakes, they had a fumbled snap against Southeast Polk that put them behind in that game, and so they had to go for it late. And yeah, those are just the little things you don't like to see here.
And you can see Coach probably doesn't see the scores, that they're up 3 scores now. He's probably only looking at the past 2
The
mistakes.
execution, yeah, that they've had on those special teams.
Yeah, missing out on 2 free points.
So
Lindsay Skinner, Alex Soda, Ellie Sullivan, Britland Taylor, Lauren Tetzloff, and Charlie Thielen. Milwaukee High School varsity dance team.
back out to kick it off again. Mason City. Reed Johnson back deep to receive. Chris Keller is also back there. And Kate Jaden's been spot on and kicking it. Touchbacks on each kick so far. And let's see if he gets it. That time Johnson will take it. Up to the 20, looks for some room, and he'll be stopped at the 23, so that'll be the best starting field position here for the Mohawks.
Joe Morrison led the stop, number 21.
Joe Morrison on the tackle there again. I believe that's his 4th or 5th so far in this game. He's been we've been hearing his name a lot here so far.
First and 10 at the 23
First and 10 Mohawks from the Mason City 23.
for the Mohawks.
First down is where they have found success here so far tonight.
And a flag down. Offsides on the defense. So again, those are those mistakes that we're talking about.
Offsides, Waukee.
Will be number 41.
5-yard penalty.
Cole Spikesma.
5.
That's the trouble when you get up early. I know we've harped on it, but you don't want to stop playing the fundamentals and the things that you're supposed to do. Here's Scogan. Fakes it, keeps it himself, and I don't think he's going to be back to the line of scrimmage. Just did, I think.
Ethan Wiersma made the stop, number 38.
So it'll be second and
6. Looks like they're going to.
Well, they're going to call it. They're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, they didn't really move the marker. So 2nd and 5, no gain.
Give him the generous yard.
Yeah. Good generous spot there. 2nd and 5 at the 28.
It's a big down here, big drive for Mason City to capitalize here with short yardage.
Yeah, you'd like to maybe pick this up on 2nd down, and you'll get a big play here. All-out rush, and he throws it out wide and just a little low as everybody up front was coming. Got Caleb Paulus, Karsten Lappy, Connor Arndt, and Kel Thorson up front on the defensive line.
Waukee did bring a full blitz, but if you just give Scogan about one more second there, he had a chance to complete that pass. Might want to look at a
screen
pass with Waukee bringing all that pressure.
The 3rd. 3 rolls out, looks, hit, still spinning, and it'll be brought down. Sack.
Jeffrey Scogan, the quarterback on the scramble.
Well, I think they gave him the catch on that because they marked it up.
I think so.
I thought they
got 2 yards.
Yeah, so they did give him the catch on that.
Yep.
But then he lost 2, so we're back to 4th and 5 at the 28. Joe Morrison back to receive again.
Another nice punt.
Yep. Takes a good Mason City bounce. And they're going to let it roll almost inside the 30.
42-yard punt by Leslie.
So 32-yard punt.
Waukee will begin this drive 1st and 10 from the Warriors' 30-yard line.
And Waukee will take over. 1st and 10 from their own 30. With 3:09 to play and a 19-point lead. Here's where the defense, you got to hope for some kind of turnover or something, or just a stop would be a victory at this point.
Momentum changer is what the Mohawks are looking for here.
Fake to Lindquist, rolling out. Odell breaks free, and they throw it short and hit Smith, and Smith rumbles all the way down to the 44-yard line.
Number 5, Aaron Smith. Tackle made by John.
He had Sam Odell deep on the wide route, and he threw underneath.
Yep, found Smith right through the middle there.
1st down Warriors.
Randall again. Fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. Right up the hash, cuts it outside. 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Mitch Randall from 44 yards.
That'll be his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. And this one's on the opposite field. Last one he scored, he took it up the left side. Similar play here. Quarterback keeper breaks out to the outside and uses that speed to get to the end zone.
Cade Jaden in. We'll see if they got their issues worked out there with the special teams. Snap a little high, but it's brought down. And this time the point after is good. We'll take a break, come back with the kickoff after this on CISN.TV.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Back here at Waukee, it's all Warriors here.
This looks like a key, a house key of some sort on a USA necklace.
Dar Danielson, Joe Danielson.
Some other things on the keychain. If you've lost your key, please come to the press box
And
play it.
well, Joe, they pushed him back. Their worst starting position, but they still went 70 yards in 2 or 3 plays there. So just a mismatch here. Mason City trying to figure out something to get going.
And they haven't had it. Their defense has not had a lot of time to rest, especially with some of those guys on defense playing both ways on offense.
Reed Johnson beat the receive, number 10.
Kick is coming into the end zone for a touchback once again.
By the kicker, KJ.
And Mason City
Mason City will begin again.
will
First
take
and 10
over.
from the Mohawks 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 20. And Scogan will bring him out.
Scogan is still 4 of 5 here.
Hands it off. And there's a flag down.
By Chris Keller on the carry. Penalty flags at the end of the play.
Keller with the handoff, but there's a flag down.
By Cale Thorson, number 59.
Holding on the offense.
Against the Mohawks.
So things kind of go from bad to worse.
They'll back up. I think that was on the interior there. I think it was a tackle made by the offensive lineman.
Yeah, and that penalty came back at the 15, so they're marking it off all the way back to the 7. Half the distance.
22 for the Mohawks from the
It'll normally be 10. And there's a jump. We'll see if that's the offensive or defensive there.
Yeah, and like you said, since they're inside the 10, they'll go half the distance to the goal.
Well, that's going to be offensive. So now
legal procedure against Mason City.
Mason City.
Half the distance to the goal.
And they'll huddle up here, looking maybe something up the middle, gain a couple yards, get a little breathing room, although first and very long. They're going to spread it out.
And stacked up there.
Chris Keller on the run, number 27.
Chris Keller.
Chase Evanson made the stop, number 32.
And got to look at some of the other scores there. Fort Dodge up on Southeast Polk in the first quarter, 14-0. The Dodgers may be for real. Starting out 4-0 in the preseason here, or the non-district play, I should say.
Yeah, and that's a good start for them at a tough opponent like Southeast Polk.
And Valley up 28-0 over Council Bluffs TJ. And there's a handoff and stacked up
Chris Keller on the run
for a no gain.
27. Cale Thorson made another tackle, number 59.
They'll give him 1 on that one, it looks like.
Johnson up over to Boyne East 7-0. So they'll bring up 3rd and 25 at the 5 for Mason City.
And they'll get this one play off here before the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, it was a little bit of differential between the clock there.
And Waukee's sitting back in his zone defense with
Scogan takes it, and he gets kind of clotheslined as he comes through the line there and pulled down. And that will be the last play of the first quarter, as the clock will wind down. It'll be 4th and 25 at the 5 for Mason City. We'll take a break, come back with the second quarter after this on CISN.TV.
Schottenkirk Ford Indianola's kickoff event this month only. Take $16,000 off MSRP on every brand new 2019 Ford F-150 Crew Cab XLT 4x4 in stock. Plus, first responders receive an additional $1,000 bonus cash on new 2019 F-150 Super Duty, Expedition, and Ranger. New 2019 Fusion and Escape starting at just $18,999. Ford fans drive to Indianola to buy Fords. A kickoff event. Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
And back at Waukee Stadium, they're playing My Sharona, which was the #1 song back in 1979, the class of 79 here tonight at homecoming. Had the class of 2004 here, a lot of people coming back for the homecoming game, and Mason City punting out of their own end zone. He gets it off, a good high kick. Morrison looks at it and it bounces. It gets a pretty good Mason City bounce. They'll still get it in their own territory at the 48.
The class of 1974. Please stand and be recognized. And here's your #1 song from 1974.
Class of 74.
They don't make music like that anymore, and that might be okay. 1st and 10 Warriors.
Here's Waukee. Fakes the handoff. Looking, throwing deep. O'Dell, and he overthrew him, had him wide open. A 3-yard cushion there. And almost too wide open.
Yep, and he was looking for the trifecta there was Randall. He's got the rushing, the receiving, and he's looking for the passing touchdown.
Yeah, the only thing left would be to come in and kick an extra point if he gets...
Or a drop kick extra point.
Didn't...
Doug Flutie.
Doug Flutie, yeah. I was trying to... You knew who I meant. 2nd and 10. Handoff to Lindquist. Up the middle. Rumbles to the 40. Now still going. Drags tacklers to a first down at the 35.
Running back Alex Lindquist on the carry, number 26. Tackle made by number 89, Riley.
Remember, we tried that a couple nights at practice, drop kicking. I don't think the coach would ever let us do it in a game, but
it's a tough one.
Here's Randall. They go motion to the right, and then now over Sadat. He's got it this time. Sadat will cruise into the end zone for the touchdown. 35-yard touchdown pass. Sadat with the touchdown catch. He's really come on lately. He's got 206 yards receiving, 1 touchdown, and that was 3 yards. This one is a little bit longer at 35.
35 after he dropped the last one on the opposite end there. He's got to be happy to get that one.
Well, that ball was thrown a little better.
Yep.
I think that first
He's
one
a
got
big
behind
target,
him a little
but
bit.
yeah, it's easy to go too high for him.
Cade Jaden's extra point is good.
Extra point is good.
33, Mason City 0.
And it's 33 to nothing. We got a Waukee grad up here in the booth with us too, coming back for homecoming. Ruben Garza. He's matriculating down at Iowa, a place you're familiar with, the campus down there.
Yep, he's running the boards here tonight.
So,
the control room.
I haven't heard them announce him on the scoreboard yet. Maybe he didn't want him to. You know, he's kind of a shy guy.
He's humble.
Yeah, he's humble. Does a good job though when he's not down at college messing around or whatever he does down there. So 33-0 here for Waukee early in the second quarter.
Reed Johnson is here to receive for Mason City. On either side of him, it's number 18, Benjamin Amundsen, and number 27, Chris Pound.
Reed Johnson back deep. Well, if you got a trick play here that you think might work, here's the time to pull it out.
Yep,
if you can get the return. Because Jaden's kicked all but one into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, he's 4 of 5, 1 return so far. That netted him 3 more yards for the Mohawks.
Here's the boot. And this one is going to go out of bounds. Well, those flags are down. There was some breeze out there earlier, but the flags across that back end zone there are down, so you can't give them that. But Mason City will get to bring it out.
Be on the 35.
At the 35.
Of the receiving team, it'll be 1st and 10 there for the Mohawks.
So their best starting position has been at the 20, the 20, the 23, and now the 35. And they haven't gotten a first down yet, have they?
Nope, not yet so far. Scogan is 4 of 5 for 7 yards in the air and negative 1 on the ground on 5 carries.
Scogan drops back, wings it out, has his man out there. Carter Thomas.
Jeffrey Scogan to the receiver, Carter Thomas, number 1.
So again, we've seen their best play has been first down. They've picked up 5 and 6 yards on first down, but then they just can't do much after that. They haven't got a first down then. We've seen them pick up 5 on a run, 6 on a pass, but let's see what they can do here now.
Yep, bringing those yards over to second down has been the biggest problem so far.
We're going to bring Corey Miner wide to the right here and 2 receivers to the left. One of them is Reed Johnson. And
with a fumble down there on the snap?
Yeah, I think so. Waukee pointing their way. Looks like Waukee got it, a fumbled snap.
Recovered by Waukee.
Like maybe number 66 for the Warriors got on that one.
Caleb Paulus.
He was flipping the ball back to the official. So it'll be Connor Arndt on the recovery. Paulus just came up with the ball in the end there.
1st and 10 for the Warriors from the Mason City 38.
There's Waukee, fake to Lindquist. Looking to throw. Throwing to Odell, and Odell goes up and catches it and comes down on the knee at the 9. Wait a minute, there's a review. Was there no, we don't do that here. Thankfully in high school.
And they'll have that on a 28 yards on the 10.
Yep, we'll mark him at the 10. 1st and 10 at the 10 for Waukee. So it looks like they're looking to try to get it to Odell again. He had a touchdown pass off the reverse to Randall to open up the game. Now he comes in motion across the formation. Randall fakes the handoff. Looks. Now Randall will scramble himself. Cuts it in. Touchdown. Randall with his 3rd run for 10 yards.
Run.
9:46 to play in the first half. That makes it 39-0.
Jaden to attempt the extra point, number 3.
Jaden on to attempt the extra point. That's been their only issue on offense, is one hit the upright and one was a fumbled snap, and this one goes up and good.
Kick is perfect. That makes the score Waukee 40. Mason City
40-0.
Hey, junior parents, after
And
we clean the stadium after home games. Please meet by the
we'll
home
keep it
concession
right
stand
here.
after tonight's game to help clean the stadium. If enough people help, this takes less than 20 minutes. If enough people don't help, it takes a few hours. Co-chairs for After Prom, Tricia Barton and Nikki Cohen. Thanks, junior parents, for your help in this fundraiser.
Waukee will kick off once again.
This year.
And
Every month or so, there's another story. in the
Waukee
media
coming
about
out. You see
when
him
and
there.
How often we need to get our
Jaden with the tee in hand. He's going to have a sore leg after tonight.
Hibben. Eric Lensing for Mason City, who's
the punter. He's
working on the punts.
We got Reed Johnson back. Deep to receive for Mason City, the Mohawks. And here's the kick. And into the end zone, a touchback.
Another touchback by kicker Kate Jaden, number 3.
So the last one on out of bounds, they got it to 35, but a fumble. Again, they had some good first down plays, but just after that, the last one they picked up 5 and then had the fumble and turned it over before they could even get going here.
The Mohawks from the Mason City 20.
They sent Carter Thomas and Reed Johnson wide to the left. Corey Miner to the right. He's going to throw it out quick. The Miner picked off. He'll take it back the other way. Touchdown.
Step in front of the route.
Dylan Bose. I think that was about, we'll say, 25 until Base, Dylan Base. Brings it back. And the kick is good. We'll take a break. Come back with more after this on CISN.TV.
You don't have to go to Hy-Vee Market Grill to get Hy-Vee Market Grill. Now get Hy-Vee Market Grill delivered. Choose from the best burgers in town, delicious steaks, seafood, appetizers. There's nothing mini about the Hy-Vee Market Grill menu, and it's all delivered to your door. Save time and save the day, or at least dinner. Just order on the Hy-Vee Market Grill app. Hy-Vee Market Grill, we deliver delicious.
Back here at Waukee. Interception by Waukee by Dylan Base. And the extra point makes it 47-0 here. All Waukee here still in the first half of this one. And
KJ in the kickoff, number 3. Reed Johnson is deep to receive, number 10.
Back deep is Reed Johnson. And into the end zone for a touchback.
And yet another touchback for Cade Jaden, the kicker, number 3. It'll be 1st and 10 Mohawks from the Mason City 20-yard line.
Well, you just got to keep plugging and hope you can get some kind of drive going here, Joe.
Yep, we have to look to get that 5-yard gain, and followed by another 5-yard gain. A first down here is what the Mohawks need.
There's a handoff, cut up into the middle. Good run there by Keller.
The running back on the carry, number 27.
Picks up 4 and looks like he's staying down.
Number 41 made the tackle. Number 41.
Cole Spikesma on the tackle. And
Caden Bragger is walking off the field a little bit here. Or is that Logan Young, 36? A lot of switching it up here for the Mohawks.
So 2nd and 6 at the 24. Fakes the handoff. Scogan keeps it himself. Cuts it over up to the 35, 36-yard line for a first down. Their initial first down here of the night.
Ripped up by number 90, Garrett Smith for the Warriors. First down, Mohawks.
And that opened up for Scogan there. You can see he can use his feet. He scored a rushing touchdown on the season also.
Well, they got everybody going that motion to the right, and then he spun it back to the left. They finally got that defense has been just jumping on everything. Got them going the wrong way and went back against it. Handoff up the middle, and this time tough sledding in there for Chris Keller. Gets a yard.
Lots of Warriors in on that tackle.
Before he's wrapped up.
Number 32.
And you look at down this roster, Joe, Mason City, a lot of young kids.
Not a lot of depth
4, 5,
as well.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 seniors on that roster.
And those seniors have probably been playing.
Quick out there, a little short.
They're probably playing a majority of the time, too, once you have someone go down on defense. It becomes what put the best athlete in.
And I've seen Mason City. They keep coming out. They keep going at it here. And sometimes it's tough to do that when you get behind, but 3rd and 9 now. For the Mohawks. And Keller is met and dropped immediately by Cole Spikesma in the backfield.
They'll lose 4 on that one.
Fourth down, Mohawks.
So
Lensing and punt formation. Joe Morrison deep to receive.
Lensing back there. Morrison back deep to receive. Lensing to punt. Well, the good thing about that, they ran several more plays before they had to either turn it over or punt it this time. And here's the boot.
And that's a great
Morrison
punt.
takes it over the shoulder at the 27, looking for some room. He's going to get a penalty way back. That's coming all the way back.
Joe Morrison returns.
Was a great punt and a good catch by Morrison, but then
Tackle is made by number 26.
I think they're going to call Bill Mukhtar for a block in the back there as he tried to come back and help. So that's at the 24. If that moves back, that's outside the 20, so that'll be the full yardage on that. That'll move him back.
Yep, and that'll be Waukee's third penalty of the game so far. Mason City sitting on 2.
And
start Waukee right at about the 9.
Oh, 14 looks like. Worst starting field possession
From the Waukee 14.
here, but that hasn't seemed to hamper him here. Randall back to pass. Airs it out deep, lofts guard, and it's over his head.
That pass intended for Eddie.
Or excuse, that was Sadat, excuse me. Eddie Sadat.
Defending on the play.
Sadat showing he's got a few wheels to get downfield too.
Yep, wheels, and he's got a nice, large vertical leap there too, as we saw earlier on the touchdown.
If I'm not mistaken, I think I saw on the Waukee Twitter feed that he was going to got a little interest from Iowa, maybe.
Oh, he has the size.
Yeah.
2nd and 10.
And up the middle, bowling ahead is Lindquist. Well, yeah, let's see what position. Tight end. They kind of know how to build tight ends there, don't they?
That's a good place to go.
The result of the play is a Waukee first down.
Waukee gets the first down, 1st and 10 at the 25. And a flag down, motion. Yep, penalty on Waukee.
Illegal procedure against Waukee.
Do their 4th penalty so far. So they get ready for 1st and 15.
And Randall drops back now. He'll run. Scrambling out of there, but they corral him pretty well that time. It's the thing with him, you can't let him get the edge, because once he gets the edge, usually he's gone. But they caught him there.
Yep, and nice pressure from that Mohawk defense also on that play. They were able to corral him. Randall was able to get out.
And handoff, Lindquist plowing through up across the 40 to the 44.
26, Alex Lindquist out of the
21 yard.
Alex Kinney, number 4. Jackson Kamish, number 60, and on that stop.
Lindquist rumbles up.
He's up to 80 yards on the game so far, 5 carries.
He came in as their leading rusher, 464 yards, 4 TDs. There's a throw out to Sadat. He's got blockers up ahead, looking for room, and man, just plows right through the defender there. Scogan.
Number 89 receives that pass from the quarterback, Mitch Randall. Tackled by Parker Leon, number 42. The result of play is a Waukee first down.
Randall hands it off again. Lindquist right up the gut.
Lindquist on the carry, number 26. Warple, Taylor Warple, number 11 on the stop.
There's Taylor Warple on the stop. We mentioned him in the pregame on that defense.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 at the 41. And a fake and a pass across to Hayden Huntley.
Complete to the receiver, number 10, Hayden Huntley.
Huntley. He's been in there. Hasn't had a lot of catches, I don't think, this year, but
he's got 6 catches so far, 41 yards on the season. So his first.
Make that number 7. Randall rolls right under some pressure, throws back to Sadat. Sadat gets by one tackle, and he's dragging the tackler and finally gets knocked out about the 5-yard line. Now Sadat comes up kind of pushing.
Tackle made by Parker Lean, number 42 for the Mohawks.
Lean with the tackle.
And Waukee has entered the Hy-Vee red zone.
Waukee in the red zone again here.
Well, 1st and goal at the 6.
First and goal from the 6 for Waukee.
Lindquist in there. They got a tight formation to the right, and then timeout Mason City, excuse me.
Mason City.
Mason City will take a timeout. Let's take a quick break. We'll do that and be back after this on CISN.TV.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Back here at Waukee. 3:30 to play. Mason City called the timeout as Waukee has it down on the doorstep again. Here looking to score, Joe. And this time taking a little more methodical, a little on the ground, a little on the air, taking a little more time to get down and score here.
Yep, and really just looking to stretch out the playbook here, maybe get some backups in to run the rest of the game up with a big lead like this. Randall's going to stay in. We'll see how long. We'll see how long we see him in the second half.
First to goal for the Warriors from the Mason City 6.
And fakes to Lindquist. Randall keeps it, goes to the corner, dives to the pylon, touchdown.
Touchdown. Waukee, quarterback Mitch Randall. Puts the ball into the end zone, takes the pylon out on the way. 6 points.
I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I know. It's a wild ass guess. It takes a lot of moxie to come back out. Halftime.
And next point by Cade Jaden is good. That makes the score Waukee 54, Mason City 0.
The extra point was good. That makes it 54 to nothing. Waukee here, and got a little to go in the first half. And set to kick it off once again, Cade Jaden. And getting set out there. is Cade Jaden. He's had touchbacks for the most part. Kicked one out of bounds, and this one is taken now up to the 20, 25, 30, spun around and down.
Kick is received and returned by number 18, Benjamin Amundsen. Cole Spikesman made the tackle, number 41, Joe Morrison assisting.
And returned by Benjamin Amundsen. And Skogan will bring him back out. They got a first down, got a little goal on that last drive, Joe, but they need to just haven't offensively been able to penetrate and put anything together at all on the long drive on this defense. Now they call a timeout.
Timeout, Mason City.
And what are you calling in this timeout?
The coach is giving them a breather here, maybe a chance to catch their breath.
Double reverse, throw it deep for a touchdown.
Yeah, they're going to look to take advantage of how aggressive Waukee's been. Now, Waukee's not staying home anymore. They're now
they're
taking
going all
the bait
over
every time.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of gotten, because, and with that lead, you can be a little less sound, but we'll see if Mason City can make them pay for that here. Skogan out with Chris Keller there in the backfield and two receivers to each side. Wings it out wide, looking for a block. Gets a little bit of help, but not much. He'll get a yard.
Number 1, quarterback Jeffrey Skogan to Carter Thomas on the completed pass.
And
tackle by Ethan Wiersma, number 38.
Wiersma on the tackle. Caleb Paulus, Karsten Lappy, Connor Arndt, Cale Thorson up front on defense. Ben Halber, Cole Spikesman, Ethan Wiersma, Jermaine Samler, Zach Gaines, Simon Lofsgaard, Joe Morrison, Aaron Smith all in there on defense. There's the handoff. No, he keeps it. Skogan. And he's taken out of bounds. So they're trying a little misdirection, but the speed is just a little too much here for Mason City.
For the Mohawks, about 12 yards.
You can see kind of down here on Waukee's bench, we got a couple quarterbacks warming up. Everybody's got their helmet on also, maybe looking like second teams are getting ready.
Yeah, I imagine
third teams.
Maybe before this half is out, and then in the second half, we're not going to see a lot of the starters. Nice pass out, nice catch. Dodges the defender. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30 down to the 25-yard line. Carter Thomas, the sophomore, makes the catch in the play. And there's the big spark. And
yep, and you saw right there, if you give him some space, he's got a lot of good speed. Was almost able to outrun the Waukee secondary.
Almost like they heard us talking about bringing in the second team, and they said, we're not done yet here. Mason City gets a big play. And they've got it 1st and 10 at the 26. So kind of hooking up the crowd a little bit here.
Looking to get on the scoreboard.
And Keller gets it. He'll go into the pile, get a couple.
Chris Keller, number 27 on the carry. Cale Thorson, number 59.
Thorson on the tackle. Well, how big a momentum would that be just to get a score here of some type for Mason City? Lensing is 3 of 3 in point afters, but 0 for 1 on the field goal. I don't know how long that was, but I mean, they're thinking it'll be nice for them. They'd like to get into the end zone. Skogan, just the running back. Now drops back, pressure, rolls, throws it to the end zone. Caught, did he in? Is he in? No. He caught the pylon there. The pylon fell down. And he said he touched the pylon and went out of bounds, but a great play on the ball by Carter Thomas. That sophomore has some moves, doesn't he?
Yep, he's got nice speeds and height also.
And I had to kind of look around the corner here to try to see that corner of the end zone around the fans up here. So 3rd and 9 at the 25. Or Mason City. Coming hard, and they're going to smother him in the backfield.
Benjamin Amundsen on the carry.
Amundsen.
Garrett Smith, number 90. Cole Spikesman, number 41, made the stop.
The 4th down. It looks like.
4th down Mohawks.
Like, what are they going to do? They're going to keep the offense on and just go for it, I guess. Might as well at this point. We'll send out twin receivers to each side as we're under a minute to play here in the first half. Rolling under pressure, gets out of it, and then runs into his own lineman. And he'll be stopped. And they'll turn the ball over on downs.
Penalty flag at the end of the play. Tackle by Garrett Smith, number 90, and Cole Spikesman, number 41.
We'll have a quarterback change, it looks like.
And that is Jacob Holcomb coming in. At quarterback for Waukee. Holcomb hands it off. Busting up through the middle. There's a flag down, though. He's going to go, but this will come back, I'm pretty sure, as Xavier Moore, but there's a flag down back at the 30, so we'll see. Yep, that'll come back. But you got to run that out. You never know.
Happy he doesn't. It's his one chance.
Xavier Moore got the ball and took it down there, and boom.
Now for Mason City, you just don't want him to do that again.
Yeah,
here.
just
take it into half.
18.8 seconds. Let's shut him down here. Take it into the half.
One tackle is all that's needed.
Yep. Part of the problem is sometimes you get those guys off the bench and they're full of energy and want to, show something, and
oh yeah,
that's what happened there as battling for it.
Xavier Moore, number 31, the running back.
And Malachi Alcala makes the tackle.
Malachi Alaka, number 63, made the tackle.
And that will end the half. All Waukee here, 54-0. We'll take a break. Come back with halftime after this on CISN.TV.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Welcome back here to halftime. Dar Danielson with you, and joining us is a alum of, 2009? No.
Really close.
Really close? Yeah, pretty close. Mary Sheevy, right?
Yes.
And here for homecoming, you're also on the school board, right?
Yes, I am.
And, man, got to be happy with the crowd and the people coming back for homecoming here tonight.
Oh, yeah. Waukee does have a good tradition in good years or in bad years of following their team. Even my kids graduated in the 5 to 10 years ago, and back in the day when we started football when I was in elementary, we've always followed our football team.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is from the time you graduated to now, there's been so much happening. Well, every time I come out here for a ball game, it seemed like there's something new going up in Waukee. Yeah. It's just the growth has been tremendous, hasn't it?
Oh, yeah. I know when my class, we set this up, and I said, well, we'll have it on homecoming, and I said, but we'll be sitting on the visitors. And they go, well, why aren't we sitting on the home side? Well, they got here tonight, and they go, oh, I see. I mean, as they drive by, many of them, my classmates from the class of 79, many of their homes have been, we have a mall now. My family farm is now the Urbandale fire station. So most of us, our homes aren't even here anymore because they've been bulldozed for development. And I think people are just really amazed what the growth has done here.
Yeah, it has been, but you still get the feeling, though, that there's a sense of community and
absolutely.
Small town, not small town, but there's still a sense of community here I get from the kids and the athletes and everything here in Waukee, isn't there?
Oh, yeah, we try to keep that. Everybody says small town feel. Well, we all acknowledge it's not small town, but what we want to keep is the family feel. It's not a small town feel anymore, but it's a family feel that's really important to the school board.
So what are some of the things that you have planned for the homecoming? You guys kind of had a reunion, and
yes.
what kind of things have you guys done?
Oh, come to here tonight, and then tomorrow we'll be touring the original high school, which is not where I graduated, but what is now the Vince Meyer Learning Center. The class of 74 is also here, and that is the building they graduated from, which is the one downtown, the 3-story building that was even my grandfather graduated in the early 1900s. So that building is well over 100 years now. So we will meet there and get a tour from actually a fellow alumni that works for the school, and then we'll move to my high school, which is now the Waukee Middle School, and we'll tour that, and I'll show them plans for the new high school. And I think the questions people have already asked they're just amazing that we're going to have a second high school. So. And
the gymnasium that was the old one that was that there when you were in high school, or that's next to if I'm thinking right?
The Vince Meyer Center?
Yeah, is that what it is?
It was, but like my mother's year, the gymnasium was actually where the lunchroom is, which people are like, well, how does that work? Because it's a really short lunchroom. Well, They didn't have what they have today. So
I've been through that. Even I grew up in a small town, and they've even had some growth. And you go back and, well, this is where the lunchroom was, and they changed it around. But as a school board member, you had to deal with that too, the growing pains, and looking forward to another high school in 2021. That's under construction. And what are some of the big questions and concerns you have about that, or people have about that?
It's change. Everybody's uncertain. When we split the high school, is that, those who have kids in the system are worried, is that better or worse for my child? And I think at Waukee, we do, as a school board, we stress, and our teachers, which are fabulous, we stress that everybody's going to have a good experience. They're going to have good school system, good teachers, nice facilities. Mm-hmm. When you get into a school, besides the 100-plus-year-old building, then our next oldest school was built in the 90s. That's pretty amazing.
And the main thing is, keeping those class sizes where they're manageable and kids can learn better and that kind of thing. And there does get to be, and you hope with the split, you've kind of seen Ankeny do that most recently. You hope that things, stay more as you might have a rivalry playing the other school, but it stays that we're all, members of the Waukee community, don't you?
Well, and it's interesting. A lot of people's questions when we split off into a high school were, okay, so we'll still have one team. I said, no, we'll be like Ankeny. They'll have two. They had two teams. Mm-hmm. We'll be like Des Moines. They have they have the 5 teams there. Mm-hmm. And I think some people have never thought of Waukee in those terms. They just think it's 2 separate buildings. No, it'll be 2 separate schools, just like you have Roosevelt and Lincoln and Hoover and North.
Yeah. What did you play sports? What kind of things did you do? What activities, and what are your memories of that in high school?
Remember back in that time.
Yeah, 6 on 6, right?
6 on 6.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And yes, I played sports because you had to. They needed you on the sports team.
Right.
They need you in the marching band. I was a manager of the football team because my brothers were football players. But at halftime, I had to leave and go get my uniform on to march in the band. That's just what you did. Everybody had to leave something to go to do something else, because otherwise you wouldn't have a play if you didn't have the athletes in it.
I grew up that way. Still small school, a 1A school, but that's kind of fun because everybody participates. Yes. But then here too, there's so many more things too, whether it be band, speech, yes. Show choir. There's all kinds of sports that are
yes.
there. I mean, as a kid, there's a lot of things you can find to do, can't you?
Absolutely. That's the beauty of Waukee today. When my kids were in that era of getting there to go, we have to, if we wanted to move and you wanted a small school, we needed to move in junior high. And I asked my daughter, do you want to go so you can participate in everything? And she looked at me like I had 3 heads. She goes, why would I want to do that?
Yeah.
So I look at that. My kids don't know any difference. They my son got to be on the first swim team that we had. My daughter was a jazz band person, and of course we've won state multiple times there. So I think it's just it's a different experience than I had, but it's not like it's a bad experience.
But it's all the kids know when they grow up into it,
yes.
isn't it? Yeah. I mean, sometimes as adults we worry so much about the kids on that kind of stuff, but they're growing up knowing that, and they've seen the growth and the changes, so they're just used to it, aren't they?
Oh yeah, definitely. Every time a parent comes in and they're worried that their kid is going to get moved in schools and everything, kids are resilient. If you act afraid of it, then they will. If you act like it's a challenge, which is what I did with my own children, because they got moved around, my kids just thought that's what you did. They don't know any difference, and they were very happy with their experience.
What memories do you have of homecoming?
Oh, it's just so funny to see it now, because back in the day, you could park all the way around the stadium. Everybody pulled their cars right up.
Right up to the,
And early games, when they first opened, we didn't even have lights, so the games had to be earlier, and so you pulled up, and homecoming queen, and we didn't have a king. We had an escort, but they were all announced at the game, so the football players that were on that had to leave the locker room and come out, and the cheerleaders, whoever they were, would come out, and it was announced at halftime because it just wasn't like today. And then the homecoming dance was right after the football game. So it wasn't this fancy
that's the same thing with us.
Yeah,
you get
totally
done playing
different.
football, you went and showered, and then you came out and had the dance.
Absolutely.
And it was, and same with a lot of things like prom is a lot different. I noticed at the bigger schools with my kids going through it and than it was when you're at a small town. And it is kind of neat, I guess. You sit down and you talk with some of the people about that were here when it was a small town, and then the middle-sized town, and now the bigger town, one of the fastest growing.
Yes.
It's to span those generations got to be kind of fun, huh?
Oh, it's fun for me because I am still here, and the questions I get from my classmates who have moved away, and I can kind of go through how we got to where we are today. So that's always fun, that remembering, and then we start to talk about, well, this is how we do it today, and they're like, oh, wow, remember? And then the stories get going to the point, I think my husband could repeat every one, and he didn't graduate from here. He knows all the stories and is kind of tired of them by now.
Yeah, that's kind of like my wife. You're going to your reunion. That's okay. I've heard those stories before.
Absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
Anyway, well, everything on track then for the new high school to be open. I know the construction underway, right?
Yes, it's going to be really nice. There's a lot of features we're adding in that I think are kind of new and perfect for our students that they'll really like. Great experiences, but then we're not going to leave the current high school alone. We will make some renovations there to do some updating and make some changes, because we don't want anybody to feel like, okay, if they didn't get to the new high school and they're still in the current high school, that that's anything wrong with that, even though it's fairly a new building. So we're going to make some updates there to make it better, but if anything else, it'll be the parking's got to be better, because right now the parking, if I hear from anything, it's about parking.
I don't care. I went to my small school, and that parking's an issue no matter where you go. But the nice thing is, with all the business growth and development, too, you have some money and tax base to work with, too, don't you?
Yeah, and we really don't have to raise our taxes just because our tax base gets growing and growing. So the tax rate, we really don't ever have to raise much. Okay. So...
Well, we appreciate you taking a little time out from the homecoming festivities here and sharing with us some of the good old days, right?
Oh, yes. I love it. I had a great time, and I love getting together with my classmates. We have a good time, but I appreciate everything Waukee Schools has ever done for me. It was a wonderful education, prepared me and my kids for college.
Got a lots ahead in the future here in the next coming years, isn't there?
Oh, yes.
Mary Shevey.
Yes.
Class of 79 here from Waukee, joining us here at halftime. We appreciate that. Warriors are up big here at halftime.
Yes.
We'll take a break, come back with more after this on
Go
CISN.TV.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Save thousands in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevy, Waukee. 2019 Silverado 1500 Double Cab up to 25% off. 2019 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab, LT or RST up to 20% off MSRP. Or up to $5,000 off plus 0% for 72 months. We're in a position to give you more for your trade in Waukee. 2019 Colorado up to $7,000 off. Or $5,000 off plus 1.9% for 60 months. Or 2.9% for 72 months. These won't last. Schottenkirk Chevy, Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Every month or so, there's another story in the media about when and how often we need to get our mammograms. Kind of confusing. When this happens, I like to consult with experts. So I called Iowa Radiology. They recommend women get an annual mammogram starting at age 40. They know that it's the best way to detect cancers early and save lives. And that's good enough for me. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule your mammogram. Iowa Radiology, our focus is your good health.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau's seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Here at Waukee, it's halftime. The band performing here for homecoming. Dar Danielson, Joe Danielson with you, dialing up 21-7 over Council Bluffs. TJ at the half. And it's 54-0 here, Waukee, over Mason City. And kind of interesting talking with her, Joe, about she grew up when Waukee was a small town, Waukee, and it's expanded so much. We've seen that out of Ankeny and Johnston, and, just growing so fast. And it's just interesting to hear those stories. And then they're looking to build a new high school next year, and how much everything has changed in just a matter of, 10, 15 years.
Yep, and they're going to the two schools in one district.
And I'm sure there'll be a lot of questions about sports and coaches and who goes where and what happens, and they'll figure that all out. They say have at Ankeny, and Ankeny started out, and Centennial has done well, and Ankeny too. Both have done well, the sports wise since the split. So it's been interesting to see here. Well, if you're Mason City, you're in the locker room. Unfortunately, you've seen this in a couple other games where you're way behind at half, and I guess you're just talking about coming out and trying to work on what you can work on and get better, huh?
Yep, just keep moving the ball forward is all Mason City are going to do at this point.
And we are waiting for everybody to come out of the halftime here and get going the show on the fans here. And there is a big overflow of fans tonight with the homecoming and people coming back.
Hey fans,
and
direct your attention to the video board for tonight's
for Waukee, we're going to see a lot of different players in there that maybe don't play as often. And what is the coach looking for out of them, Joe?
Well, looking for to build on the future right now as we're going to earn some playing time in games to come. They get a good look, just get something on tape, as they say, for these guys who don't necessarily get all the minutes.
And get a chance to go out and work on the things you worked in practice, but work against somebody else. That's always kind of nice to play against someone different and kind of maybe show the coaches a little bit about what you can do.
Yep, and it's a big opportunity for both them here and Mason City. Mason City's just going to have to keep coming out, playing hard as they have here. They haven't shown really any types of any defeat so far. They're not getting down. They're still competitive, as we saw with that last drive of the half there for them.
And you see some of the crowd here tonight on the fan cam as we get ready for the second half. Kate Jaden out there, he's been hitting them from about 40 yards away. And that's been the only, I guess, the downside for Waukee is he had a bad snap on one extra point, one hit the post. And so that's been about the only negative that they've had here tonight offensively.
Yep, and 2 turnovers forced for them. They've recovered a fumble and had that interception return for the touchdown. And you have some stats from the first half we can talk about a little bit here? Yeah, we've got some scoring for Waukee. We've got Randall has 4 rushing touchdowns, a passing touchdown, and a receiving touchdown for him. We're looking at Lindquist, the running back, right about 83 yards and a touchdown on 6 or 7 carries.
And yeah, that first play out was a handoff to Lindquist. He gave it back to Odell, and then he threw it back to Randall. And I'm thinking maybe they ran that. It was the first time to kind of run it live and work it against another defense here, and maybe have that in the mind of your opponents for the future, that might be something you could pull out and use.
Yep, and it worked on their first try. I don't know if Coach is going to go to it again. Not in this game anyway, but he's 1 for 1 so far. For the Mohawks, Scogan is completing passes. He's right at about 7 of 10, but he's just not getting very many yards. He's under 20 yards, and he has an interception on the ground. As Keller is 7 carries, right around 10 yards. He's been doing well. He's been getting 5 yards, but then he'll come back and they'll lose 4 with that Waukee defense.
Their biggest play was Carter Thomas, and he went for, what was that, about 27 yards? That Carter Thomas on that catch?
It was that long catch for the Mohawks. Carter Thomas. I think it was at 28 yards down the sideline there.
Yeah. So they have some talent there, and as often the case at this level, the line has struggled against Waukee's defense, and defensively the line, and those big bodies are the ones that if you don't have a lot of depth there and you get some injuries or things, that's where you see then it shows up on the field a lot.
Yep, and that's what happens too when they have to play back-to-back possessions on defense on already a short roster.
So Waukee out warming up. Mason City also warming up, getting ready to start the second half here as we get things ready to go on homecoming. And just going to take a quick look here. Hard to believe next weekend we'll be into October already, next Friday night. And next weekend for Waukee, they're at Des Moines East. And then Mason City will host Indianola. And Indianola, haven't got a score of them tonight, but they started out, what are they? I think they're 4-0, aren't they, in the district or pre-district? Yeah, so it's that's the problem for Mason City when you're playing at this level. There's not many nights where you get easy games, and so I just have to keep battling through it here. As we're about ready, I believe, to get the second half going. And I think Waukee deferred to start, so they will get the ball to start the second half. So they're going back. Xavier Moore will go back deep to receive for Waukee. As Lensing will kick it off for the Mohawks. They're in white on the left of your screen. Waukee in the dark uniforms on the right side of the screen. Bouncing kick, bobbled, picked up at the 11, and then taken down is Victor Igarazina.
Zimmerman for the Mohawks making the stop.
And we'll see Jacob Holcomb back out for the Warriors, and he'll have Xavier Moore in the backfield. Hayden Huntley, one of the receivers out there. Hand off to Moore, looking for room, up the middle, gets a few yards.
We'll see Waukee probably keeping it on the ground here most of the time.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do too much fancy here. Pick up a 4. Hand off to Moore again, up through the middle, and Moore plows ahead. Showing a little speed there.
Yeah, well, we saw he had that touchdown run called back earlier.
Yeah, broke it off and was called back on a holding play. Hand off to Moore. This time he's met in the backfield and brought down.
That was a good stop for the Mohawk defense.
Lean, one of them in there.
And Brock.
Parker Lean assisting. Second
And
11.
loss a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11. At the 42. For Waukee. Hand off Moore. Drags one tackler and then gets dropped.
Tackle by Jackson Kamish, number 60.
And we will have continuous clock here now. They're out. Also in there is Hayden Hoxmeyer. See him, number 45 at the slot back. He's going in motion. Across, and then a handoff to Moore. Moore cuts it outside, breaks it back into the middle, and up across down to the 40 to the 39.
And he's running well.
Tackled by Alex Kinney, number 4.
Well, you got some fresh legs in there against
Zimmerman assisting.
Mason City defense.
That's a Waukee first down.
Reese Cooper in motion across the formation. Handoff again to Moore, and this time he's pulled down from behind
Xavier Moore, number 31,
before he can
Parker Lean made the tackle.
lean on the tackle again. Ethan Etkin out wide to the right side, and Hayden Huntley to the left.
Mohawks in a man coverage.
And he keeps it himself. Holcomb, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Holcomb, 38 yards out.
That'll be his first opportunity to score this year, and Holcomb will put it into the end zone. Saw there, not quite the same speed as Randall, but again, once he got to that outside, like Randall did, he was gone.
And a good read on that. Taking the ball, keeping the ball. And looks like Garrett Schmidt will come on for the extra point. And it's good.
Extra point by number 98, Lucas Bartachek.
Or excuse me, that was Bartachek, not Schmidt. Makes it 61 to nothing. Let's take a break. We'll be back after this.
Save thousands in Waukee. Schottenkirk Chevy, Waukee. 2019 Silverado 1500 Double Cab up to 25% off. 2019 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab, LT or RST up to 20% off MSRP. Or up to $5,000 off plus 0% for 72 months. We're in a position to give you more for your trade in Waukee. 2019 Colorado up to $7,000 off. Or $5,000 off plus 1.9% for 60 months. Or 2.9% for 72 months. These won't last. Schottenkirk Chevy, Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Back here at Mason City, Dar Danielson and Joe Danielson. And 8:26 to play, 61 to nothing here. Mason City will kick off. Or excuse me, Waukee will kick off to Mason City.
Reed Johnson is deep to receive, number 10.
Reed Johnson back deep to receive. Squibber taken by the up man, 30-35, and Branson Peters returns it.
Andrew Hembry, number 1, made the tackle for the Warriors.
Makes it 1st and 10 at the 35. They started there one other time after ball was kicked out of bounds.
1st and 10, Mason City.
And here come the Mohawks and Scogan. Hands it off to Keller.
Running back number 27, Chris Keller on the carry.
He's stacked up.
He's trying to use his size to get underneath that Waukee pass rush.
Karsten Lappy, number 76, in there as well. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
They do have a little size on that front line there for Mason City. Birding at 262, Gorder at 275, Brager at 230, and Malachi Akala at 330, the junior there.
Trying to run behind him.
Yeah, he can get a block there. Rolling is Scogan, throws it out, has his man. He's going to try to get up. He'll get just short of the first down.
Another
bring up.
Nice job of breaking that first tackle too. We've seen that from Mason City a couple times off the catch. Just can't quite shake the second one.
This has been their. I haven't kept track of their 3rd down efficiency, but it's not very good. I know they've had trouble on 3rd down, finishing the deal and getting the 1st down here tonight. Here it's just a 3rd and 2. Let's see what they run. Fake the handoff. Scogan will keep it himself, gets around the corner, and I think he just got it.
Yep, and they've tried that keeper for him a couple times. That time he was successful. Looks like they're going to mark him short.
They mark him. Well, they said he stepped out before he got to the marker. At this point, I'd say almost go for it.
Yep,
I mean,
they're going to go for
what
it.
What he got to lose here?
Looks like
4th and 1.
Scogan is going to maybe see him sneak it up the middle here.
Good job by Bill Mukhtar to push him out over there. So here's Scogan on 4th and 1. Now he keeping himself, looking for room. And the defense is going to come up and smother him. Dylan Bass was right in there.
Dylan Bass, number 27. Chase Evanson, number 32, made that stop.
And Chase Evanson also in there.
Loss results in a turnover on downs.
So they turn it over on downs.
Waukee takes over 1st and 10. Around the Mason City 43.
So Holcomb in there, Ethan Stallman with him. Looks like Stephen Elliott out wide to this side. And they'll hand it off, and he'll be pulled down.
Back for the Warriors, Jack Ives.
Oh, that was Jake Ibis.
Jack Ives, I think.
Or Jack Ibis, excuse me.
Tackle by Zimmerman, number 26, 2nd and 10.
Okay. Try to keep all the numbers straight and let you know everybody that's in there. Jacob Holcomb, the junior quarterback. Ibis gets it, and he's met by 3 Mohawks before he can even pick up steam.
Yep, and they're full-on blitz. It's a big 3rd down here for the Mohawks.
Sebastian Brock in there along with Parker Lean.
3rd and 12 for the Warriors.
3rd down and 12 here for Waukee. Handoff, Ibis. Oh, he slips the tackle. Breaks it out to the 40, 35, 30. Down to the 26 where he's tackled. Wow.
Nice elusive running there from him.
That
a lot of open field moves there.
Showed some balance. He's not a real tall guy, but 5'8". But yeah, he showed some good balance there against the tacklers, didn't he?
Nice elusive moves.
So 1st and 10 at the 25 for Waukee. Hand off, turning it up, and that's Andrew Hembry into the ball game, a junior.
Parker Lean made the tackle, number 42.
Lean again on the tackle.
2nd
Hembry picks up 7.
and 4. Waukee has entered the Hy-Vee red zone.
And a much slower 3rd quarter here, kind of what we expected.
Yep,
So
and
offsides.
Offside, and that'll give him a 1st down.
Offside, Mason City.
So Hembry will come out. Back in is Jack Ibis. Hand off to Ibis. He rumbles ahead, gets down to the 10.
He wants in the end zone, it looks like, out here. He's doing everything he can to not get stopped by the Mason City in the backfield, and they've been...
He's certainly not getting stopped by the 1st or 2nd tackler there, is he?
No, and they've been pursuing well as he sprints off the field here on the near side.
Yeah, he and Hembry have been rotating, probably carrying in the plays. So Hembry in there with Holcomb. Hembry gets the touch, and he gets tackled for no gain.
Jackson Kamish, number 60, made the tackle.
And they're going to send in the play from the sideline here.
3rd and 7 for Waukee.
3rd and 7 at the 11. And motion.
Penalty before the snap. Illegal procedure against Waukee. 5-yard penalty.
And so that'll move it back. 3rd and 12 at the 16. Holcomb looks to pass, throws it out to Hembry, and he's brought down as we go under a minute to play here in the third quarter.
Looks like they'll maybe run one more. 30 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah, fourth down. They're going to go for it here. Play clock to 14. Holcomb drops back, throws it across the middle, off the hands of Hayden Hawksmeyer. Not a bad pass. He put a little steam on that, though.
Yeah, he could have just lofted it right in.
But it comes from playing conditions as the quarter will run out. One score in the fourth quarter. We'll keep it right here, 61-0. And we'll come to the sideline and talk it over here. So I've seen a few good things out of the players that came in, Joe. They're running hard and working hard in there.
Yep, they did a nice job of a nice long drive, sustaining a drive down there, and that ended the third quarter. Now they'll go ahead and switch fields here. Mason City's going to look to get on the board.
Waukee, the way it looks here, in this result barring the comeback of the century, they'll go to 1-0 in the district, 2-3 overall, and travel to Des Moines East for next week. East came in with a 1-3 record also. And
First and 10 Mason City from the Mohawks 18.
First and 10 Mason City. High snap, they bring it down and struggling to get ahead.
Boy. You think you just take a deep shot here eventually?
Yeah, Alexander Kinney.
I'd say send them all. Send them all to the end zone and throw it up.
And seeing some more
Second and 10 Mohawks.
substitutes come in. Second and 10. Looks like we got Reed Johnson. Or is it Kinney playing quarterback? Kinney playing quarterback. No, that's Reed Johnson at quarterback. He rolls out, throws it out.
Pass is incomplete.
And
he didn't see.
He didn't miss his man downfield.
He had an open. Taylor Warple was open down there. Maybe if he just would have chucked it, he threw it away, though. Opted to throw it away there.
Well, it's tough when you got the pressure coming in on you.
Direct snap to the wide receiver, and he threw it out of bounds.
Third and 10. And Johnson rolling. Now he throws it out there and knocked away. Defensive play made by Joe White, I believe.
They're giving Jeffrey Scogan a breather here, and
Stephen Elliott will drop back to receive the punt.
Looking for a spark from just about anywhere.
From Lensing.
Eric Lensing in punt formation, number 90. Stephen Elliott, deep to receive, number 85.
Low snap. He gets it away, though. Not the best punt he's had of the night, but he gets a little bit of a bounce, and it'll go out around the 39-yard line, where Waukee will take over again. And looks like Alex Walsh will come on to play quarterback.
He's a senior, third on the depth chart.
And he's got Jack Ibis in there. Split out wide is Jacob Stessman to the right. And off to Ibis. Ibis looks for some room, stop and go, and drags the pile ahead.
Jack Ibis, number 23, on the carry, the running back.
Good pickup on first down.
Mason City by Lyndon Reynolds, number 55.
Okay, I was just thinking they could stand up like
And
Officials timeout for an injury.
timeout for an injured Mohawk.
Player is Jonathan Zimmerman, number 26, for the Mohawks. Good to see him hop up.
all you need to do is give me a long enough break for them to get back there and reach your home.
So now restart the clock here. Walsh comes up. He's the quarterback for Waukee. Hands it off to Ibis, who this time is corralled behind the line, and then now there's a flag down at the line of scrimmage.
Penalty flag on the play.
Holding on Waukee.
They've had a handful of penalties here this game. Maybe that's their 8th penalty.
And they'll walk it back to the 45. Where it'll be second and 15, 16, 15 at the 45. Alex Walsh, the quarterback. Pulls it out, gives it to Ibis. He held it in there to the very last second and then decided, well, not going to go anywhere, so they lose a few. Those guys off the bench were playing pretty well for Waukee at first, but now they're starting to go backwards.
Having a little trouble communicating the plays there.
Yeah. And then some penalties. Those don't help. So here we go, Walsh again. Hands off to Ibis, and he is met
Jack Ibis on the carry, number 23.
in there by
Riley Monahan, number 89 on the stop.
Riley Monahan. That'll bring up 4th down and 18. Looks like they'll just go for it here. Ibis cuts through up to the 40, and he'll be full down. Short of the first down, but he picked up a big chunk of that, and for a minute, Joe looked like he had a lane.
Yeah, but he almost looked like he had another first down there, and like that last little scamper.
So they'll turn it over to Mason City on downs. And looks like Reed Johnson will stay in as the quarterback for the Mohawks. Takes a high snap, hands it off.
Tackle made by number 52, Braden Senny.
And Benjamin Amundsen on the run.
Second and about 10 for the Mohawks.
Second and 10 at the 36 here. And flips it out. And there's a flag down.
Reed Johnson's pass is complete to number 20, Corey Minor for the Mohawks.
Corey Minor on the catch, but that's coming back.
It's an interesting call this late in the game here.
Well, I think you're just looking for anything.
Yeah. Anything to keep it going. Unnecessary roughness, huh? Okay.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness. That'll walk off 15 there. Back to the 21 will be second.
After the penalty, it's second and long for the Mohawks.
And 20-something, 25 for the Mohawks. Almost a fumble in the backfield. Oh, and he's stumbling up to just about back to the Amundsen, back almost to the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to mark him, give him maybe a yard.
So it looks like Mason City is also just, by putting their backups, they really have just switched a couple players' positions out and given a couple guys a rest.
Yep. Under 4 minutes now. Wings it out. Oh, and a hard hit out there.
And that's the difference you see is Waukee's got a full backup roster here, whereas Mason City has guys that have been playing the whole game still in.
Fourth down, Mohawks.
And fourth down, we'll bring on Eric Lensing.
Stephen Elliott, deep to receive for the Warriors, number 85.
Elliott back deep for Waukee. Good snap, and he gets it away. Nice punt. And this one bounces. Takes a little bit of a Mohawk roll down to the 38.
By Eric Lensing for the Mohawks. Waukee takes over first and 10.
So, let's see. Jacob Martin also in there. Caden Caps. We'll try to pick up the other numbers of the players in there for you as we can. And
running back Andrew Hembry on the carry, number 1.
Hembry on the carry with Walsh, the quarterback.
Alex Kinney assisting. Second and
Also in there is Max Kern in the offensive line. Hunter Philpott in there. Jackson Coyle. Hayden Hawksmeyer back in there. Looks like Nolan Day out wide. Hand off to Hembry. Hembry breaks a couple tackles and gets down for the first down.
Yep, and with how long the Waukee's taken to get their plays out, you can see that the coaches got to be real angry when they can't get the playoff right and they get a penalty.
Well, and it's a little different, too. I don't know. I'm assuming they use the same system for their other games, so they know it, but you got a whole different set of people looking into the sideline, getting the plays, and then, of course, they want to run the clock down as far as they can. And Hembry gets it. He's heading to the outside. Can he turn the corner? Gives it a good stiff arm. And he gets out of bounds.
Maybe run one more play.
Probably one more play. And that would put the wrap on a homecoming win here for Waukee. Looks like
take a knee.
Nate Berry in there. And they'll give it to Hembry, and he'll get smothered under. And that will run down the clock here on homecoming night. Big win, all Warriors here tonight against Mason City. 61-0. Mason City falls to Waukee. We'll take a break, come back and wrap this one up after this on CISN.TV.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Moms typically get to make a majority of the healthcare decisions for their family. That can be a lot of pressure, but not for me, because I know the choice is ours. For medical tests like MRIs, X-rays, CAT scans, and of course mammograms, ask your doctor to refer you to Iowa Radiology. They work around our hectic schedules. They're the best at what they do, and they're so great with my family. They truly care, and it shows. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology.
High quality beef doesn't have to come with a high price. Hy-Vee Angus Reserve. It's 100% natural, hand-selected, pure quality beef. The cuts are tender and the price is lean. We choose our beef knowing what will deliver the best flavor and most tenderness. So now, going out for a great steak can be as simple as going out to your grill. Hy-Vee Angus Reserve. Dinner out just became dinner in.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
Welcome back to Waukee. The final here tonight on homecoming. Waukee 61-0 over Mason City. Dar Danielson alongside Joe Danielson will run down the scoring for you quickly. It started off with a little razzle-dazzle. Randall handed off to Alex Lindquist, who went to the right, handed it off to Sam Odell, who came back to the left and hit a streaking Randall down the left side for a 32-yard touchdown pass. The extra point was good. That made it 7-0. That was 10:49 to go in the first quarter. 7:21 to go. Alex Lindquist, a 6-yard run. The kick hit the upright. It was 13-0. 5:25 to go. Mitch Randall, a 14-yard run, and fumbled a snap on the kick, and it was 19-0. Then with 2:40 to play in the first quarter, Randall had a 44-yard run. The extra point was good, 26-0. into the second quarter, 11:19 to play. Randall hit Sadat over the middle, 35-yard touchdown pass. Point was good. It was 33-0. 9:40 to go in the second quarter. Randall, a 10-yard run. The extra point good made it 40-0. Then with 9:39 to play, just a second later, Bass picked off the ball, took it, I think it was 25, 26 yards, a pick six, extra point good, 47-0. Then Randall capped off the first half scoring a 6-yard run. Extra point was good. It was 54-0. And then the only other scoring, Jacob Holcomb, a 38-yard run. And the point was good, and that made it 61-0. So, Joe, we talked about it in the pregame for Waukee. Come out and go to, forget about the homecoming. Get your business done, and they did that pretty well here tonight.
Yep, and you'd say Mitch Randall's the MVP with 6 total touchdowns, 4 rushing, 1 passing, and 1 receiving. And, yeah, he led his team well on to the next one for Waukee.
And they go to 1-0 in District 6 action here tonight. Mason City falls to 0-5, 0-1. Mason City, they have some athletes on this team. They have some good players. It's just a matter of, I think, a little more depth in that for them here.
Yep, getting guys healthy and playing a full 60-minute game here.
So it'll be a happy homecoming dance for the Warriors tonight. They will go to Des Moines East next week in the second district matchup. And fun night, Joe. A lot of scoring. Good for the Waukee fans here at homecoming.
Yep, it was what they wanted to see from start to finish here for the Warriors.
So for our entire crew here tonight, that's going to wrap it up. The final 61-0 Waukee over Mason City here on CISN.TV.